Hello friends, my name is Faye and you're watching Mystery Date with a Book. Okay, today we're doing our October wrap-up. I haven't read this many books in a while, but it helps that I did a graphic novel readathon in the middle there, so that bumped up my number quite a bit. Okay, so most of these are from the library, so I don't have them anymore with me. And some of them were borrowed, so I don't actually have them with me, but to be honest, I only have one physical book to show you here. But let's go over all of them, all the audiobooks, all the ebooks, everything. Right, here we go. The first one was a graphic novel. It was Paper Girls Volume 1. Just so you know, they're not in the right order, it's just what's in my bullet journal, so, you know, whatever I could fit in there, that's the way we go. Okay, so let's carry on. Paper Girls Volume 1. It's about 4 girls, I think. They're about 11, 12-year-olds, and they deliver paper to people in the morning. And something happens, and they end up getting mixed up in this big adventure. I think they get, I can't remember right now, but I think they get involved with time travelers and some cyborgs, and yeah, it's just really interesting. I finished Volume 1. I really want to get to Volume 2, but I don't have Volume 2. I don't even have Volume 1 because that one was borrowed, so I need to get Volume 1 and 2 and all the volumes that they have, because I really like that one. I gave that 4 out of 5 stars. Really good. And right, Into the Water by Paula Hawkins. That was from the library as well, so I'm going to put it up here. And it was a thriller. It took me a while to get into it because the story follows so many perspectives, so many points of view. It was very confusing at first, but then once you get into the story, you get to know the characters better, it makes a bit more sense. But it does take a while to get into the story, so just a warning there. But it was really good as well. It was about this little village. I can't remember if it was in the UK or in America. I don't know. I can't remember. It was this little village, and there was this river running through the village, and at some point in the river it turned into a little pool, and every now and again a woman or a girl would fall in and die. It's like this centuries old mystery. Nobody knows why they're falling into the river, why they're jumping into the river sometimes, or, you know, nobody knows what's going on until, you know, we read the story and things happen, and, you know. I don't want to spoil the story for you, so I'm not gonna give anything away. But it's a good story, it's a good thriller. It's, yeah, I want to say a crime thriller. So yeah, that's how I would describe it, a crime thriller. Okay, then we go on to another graphic novel. It was Alex Rider's Stormbreaker. It's the first book in the series, the Alex Rider series, but the graphic novel wasn't based on the book. It was based on the movie adaptation. So I don't know why they did it like that. I don't know what's going on, but I really enjoyed it. I had watched the beginning of the movie a while back, and I can't remember why I didn't watch it till the end. Like, something happened and I had to leave. I don't know. But I really enjoyed the graphic novel. It was good. It was full. It was packed with adventure and action and a little bit of a mystery as well. It was really good. If I come across Volume 2 in my library, I would pick it up, I would read it, but I don't think I would spend money on it, if you know what I mean. Like, I wouldn't go out and buy it. So, I don't know. It was good, but it's not like I'm dying to know what happens next, if you know what I mean. That one, I can't remember. I think I gave it either 3.5 or 4 out of 5 stars. I think I'm quite generous with my rating sometimes, but I feel bad, you know. I don't want to give a book a low rating if it hasn't done anything wrong. If I was just not the target audience, or if I wasn't in the mood, you know. So I'm usually quite generous. Okay, next one, book number 4. That was an audiobook, and I thought it was a thriller, but turns out it was not. I'm so unlucky with thrillers, guys. Last time I tried reading a thriller, and it turns out it was a horror book. I'm gonna post the video up there, and yeah. Now this time I thought I was reading a thriller. That's why I downloaded the audiobook, because I thought it was a thriller. You know, you had the usual dark cover with neon light, like neon color letters. I thought it was going to be a good thriller, but it turns out it was more like a chick lit. It was called The Favorite Sister, and it's about this TV show, this reality TV show about 5 or 6 women. I'm not sure, a certain amount of women, and we just follow them around. It's supposed to be about strong, independent women uplifting each other, supporting each other. That's what happens in front of the camera, because it's all scripted. But behind the cameras, they just backstab each other all the time, and they hate each other. They're so jealous of each other. It put me down. Like, really, it was not pleasant to read. Like, if it was a physical book, I would have DNF'd it, but because it was an audio book, it's easy, you know, you just listen to it while you're doing something else. I kept going with it because, you know, I don't really like DNFing books, but I will do sometimes. So anyway, there's no mystery involved, because you know right from the start which one of the characters is going to die. And then the story starts, and she's still alive, because we go back in time, and she is alive for like 95% of the book. And then, right at the end, the crime happens. And like, there's no mystery. We know what's gonna happen. We know who it is. We know. We know. So I don't get it. Like, why is it classed as a thriller? No, I don't get it. So for that one, that was a tough one to finish. For that one, I gave 2 out of 5 stars, and you know I'm quite generous with my rating usually, but I think that one deserves a 2 out of 5 stars. It was not good. It was not enjoyable. It was women backstabbing each other. Just, yeah, no, it wasn't for me. Okay, then we're going back to our graphic novels. I read Miss Marvel Volume 1, and I read Volume 1 and 2, yes. This graphic novel, it's about this girl who's still in high school, and she gets superpowers one day, and it's just hilarious. It's so, so good. She lives in America, but her family came from Pakistan, so like, she's caught in between 2 cultures, and it's just brilliant. I wasn't expecting that. Like, I didn't know that the main character was going to be half Pakistani, half American, or you know what I mean. Like, she has 2 cultures, and that was brilliant. Like, I wasn't expecting that. I really, really enjoyed it. It was full of action. It was funny. It was full of adventure. It was really, really good. I can't say much more without spoiling the story, but yeah. Miss Marvel Volumes 1 and 2. I really, really recommend it. Okay, now, then I read a physical book, which is not here right now. It's in the living room, and I don't want to go and get it because, you know, I'm lazy. So that is The Regatta Mysteries by Agatha Christie. It's a collection of short stories. Now, some of them I liked more than others. They weren't bad, you know, it's Agatha Christie, but you have to be in the mood to read it. So it took me quite a while to read all the short stories. Some of them are really, really good. Some of them, like, you could see some comments were a little racist, but it has to do with the context with which they were written. Like, you have to take it with a pinch of salt, because this book was written ages ago. It was decades ago. And back then it was acceptable to say certain things. And, you know, you just keep on reading and that's it. Just ignore that bit. I don't want to say much because I don't want to spoil books for anyone. Like, I don't like spoilers. So, yeah. But some of the stories were really, really good. There were lots of stories in there. I think there were about nine stories. And yeah, it was really, really good. If you want to dive into Agatha Christie, if you want to dip your toes in, I suggest short stories because then you know you won't have to invest into a full novel. You can just, you know, read a 20-page story, like it's really short. So yeah, just have a go, see what you think, and then come back and let me know what you think of it. Alright, okay, then I listened to Doll Bones by Holly Black. That one I listened just a couple of days ago on Halloween. I thought it was, you know, atmospheric and, you know, it was the perfect time to read that kind of creepy middle grade book. It's about these three children who go on a quest based on what a creepy, spooky doll is telling them to do. The doll is said to be made from the bones of this child who was murdered years and years ago. And the doll talks to one of the children and then they go on this quest. It's brilliant. It's creepy. It's spooky. It's like, I've never read anything by Holly Black, but I really like this one. I really liked Doll Bones. I recommend it. It's spooky but not too spooky, if you know what I mean. Like, it's not horror, it won't give you nightmares because it's middle grade. So I really enjoyed it. I don't know about you. Have you ever read or listened to Doll Bones? Let me know down in the comments because I haven't really heard of this book before. I saw it on my library app and that was it. I downloaded it. That's all it was. But I really, really did enjoy it. Now, the next one. It's the only physical book I have to show you. It's A Final Empire by Brandon Sanderson. This is the first book in the Mistborn trilogy, and you'll be happy to know that I have finally read it. I know a lot of you have said, you should read The Final Empire, you should read The Final Empire, it's so good. But yes, I finally read it, and I agree, it's really, really, really good. If you haven't read it yet, oh my goodness, go for it, read it. This is about a land where the baddie has won. The Dark Lord, in a way, has won the battle. You know what? How you usually get a battle at the end of a story and it's good versus evil, and the good guy usually wins? Yeah. In this case, the bad guy won. And now he has been ruling over this land for about 1,000 years, and this crew of underground criminals, they try to overthrow him. It's brilliant. It's amazing. I thought it was a fantasy book. It is a fantasy book, but I thought it was a fantasy book about people who ingest metals and then get superpowers. In a way it is. They do ingest metal and they get superpowers, but it's not everyone. It's only certain people who do that, and oh my goodness, at some point, you know, during fight scenes, I thought I was reading a superhero story. It was amazing. It was so packed full of action, and there was a mystery. Oh my goodness, I love that mystery. So many plot twists. Oh my goodness, so many plot twists. So yes, that book was amazing. If you haven't read it yet, please read it. Now, honestly, if all Brandon Sanderson books are like this, I'm gonna be a big, big fan. I love this one. I need to get to the second one. It's on my Amazon wish list, so fingers crossed I get it for Christmas at some point. But yeah, I really, really do like this, and yes, I'm excited to read more. I really want to dive more into that world and see what happens next. It had a little of everything, so it had romance, it had mystery, it had action, it had excitement, superpowers, and oh my goodness, royalty, and secret passages. Like, it was just amazing. And yeah, if you're on the lookout for a good book, for a good series to start, and you're not afraid to pick up an adult fantasy book, go for it. The Final Empire. Oh, it's glaring. Sorry, it's a bit too bright. But yes, The Final Empire. So, so good. Oh my goodness, I can't recommend this enough. 5 out of 5 stars. Okay, then I read another graphic novel. That was S.H.I.E.L.D. And that was for the Get Graphic With It readathon. And it was okay. Now we're going down a bit out of that. After that big 5-star rating, we're coming down a bit now. Going back to real life. S.H.I.E.L.D. It had monsters, it had superheroes, it had a little cameo from Miss Marvel, which I really appreciated. It was good, but at some points I was bored, especially at the beginning. I was bored, like I was just reading it because I wanted to read it for the readathon, not because I was enjoying it. But then towards the end I kind of got into the story, it got a little bit better, but still it's not something I want to reread. It's not something I would really recommend because I didn't really enjoy it. You know, it happens. At least I didn't DNF it. Okay, then after that, I read Pumpkinheads. Oh my goodness, Pumpkinheads by Rainbow Rowell. That was such a good graphic novel. It was so cute and fluffy and just perfect to read in October. So this story is about this boy and this girl who every year they work in this pumpkin patch. And every year this boy wants to talk to a certain girl, but he never does. And then during this story that we get to follow them on, they're on their last day before they go off to college or uni, and it's his last chance to talk to the girl he likes, which is not his friend, which is not the girl we're following. It's someone else, and oh my goodness, it's so, so cute. They spent the whole night trying to find this girl. It's just, yeah, I'm not gonna give you any spoilers, I'm not gonna say what happens, but it's just brilliant, it's cute, it's fluffy, it's... I need to buy it for myself. Like, I borrowed that book, but I need to get a copy for myself, so yeah. I need that in my life because it was just so cute. Then I read the Simpsons graphic novel Shake-Up, The Shake-Up, something like that. It was a selection of short stories by the Simpsons, and I have to say the TV show didn't translate very well into the graphic novel. It was just boring sometimes. I'm okay with the TV show, I like it, but I don't know, there was something off about the graphic novel. I don't know, something was off. I don't know, I just didn't enjoy it as much as I thought I would. Yeah, that was a little bit of a disappointment, but I did read it to the end, so hooray! And that is it. I've read, let me see, I read 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I read 12 books in the month of October, so that was really, really good. Like, it's about twice as much as what I would usually read, and one of them was a chunker. It was quite big, so yeah, over 600 pages. So I'm considering October a successful reading month. 12 books is not bad at all. I still have a few books on my bedside table which I want to get to by the end of the month. And yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I'm taking part in this amazing readathon in November and December. It's called the Try Wizardathon. It's all based on Twitter and a blog. There's a blog with all the tasks that you have to do and all the instructions. It's just amazing. Like, it's another Harry Potter readathon. If you know me, you know I like my Harry Potter. Like, you can probably see how much I like my Harry Potter, and I like readathons, so that should be a good one. Look out for the TBR for that readathon. If you want details, if you want to take part, I'm going to leave the link down below to their Twitter account so you can go and follow them. There's still time, don't worry. And yeah, that's it. That's it, guys. I think we're done. If you like this video, you know what to do. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe, click the bell, leave a comment. Have you read any of these books? We can chat about it. And yeah, that's it. I hope you like this video, and I'll see you again next time. Goodbye!